Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chatroom with Max. Today, we're going to be starting on a very, very sad note. The Federal Republic of Nigeria has lost one of its own, one of its great men of valor. Different people have their opinions about this. But here in chat room, we want to say our condolences to the families of the late former president of Nigeria, Muhammad Buhari. We're going to be talking about that more in the studio as I join everybody else. But welcome to the show. And let's do justice to this, okay? Let's try our best to do justice to this.
It's your boy Max. I want to introduce a show to you. It's called Chatroom with Max.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't stop.
The primary.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, I have my great people in the house. I have the one and only, the legendary Sam Soft. Everybody, Sam Soft, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
As always.
As always. Let's do this. And of course, you all know the number one top chatting, trend setting, pace setting. Only God know the remaining.
Spit it out.
Okay. Spit it in. The number one troublemaker of chatroom. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the one, the only Jacinta, everybody.
Queen of the Coast.
Amen.
Hello, everybody, and happy Sunday to you. How are you doing? Oh, good evening, Minister Samsoft and Minister Max. How are you all doing? Happy Sunday from here.
Same to you.
Same
Good
to you.
see you. Why is it am I wearing the same shirt with Minister Samsoft? Are we doing a show?
Because you are my daughter.
Well, if
All
you
right.
are the Queen of the Coast and you're wearing the same shirt with somebody on the show, King of the Coast.
Yeah, pal.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. We missed you last week. Sorry for the interruption last week. You know, it was due to some unforeseen circumstances that we just had to attend to. You never can tell. Maybe we were flying to the UK and something like that.
That's right.
Yes, but we're glad to have you on the show. If you just join in, please do as well to let us know where you're watching from. Just send a message and say, hey, I'm this so person and I'm watching from blah, 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 blah. I didn't say type blah, 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 but just tell us where you're watching from and we'll do well to acknowledge you, okay?
Yes.
So once again, welcome to Chatroom. So today we have a very, very interesting topic. Very, very interesting topic. And the topic for today's show is VDM won't let Mobad rest. Oh. Is VDM up to something? Is VDM up to something? Topic number 2 is the USA, UAE and Canada ganging up to stop Nigerians from Jakpa. What is going on? What is going on with this particular situation? We're going to be talking about this in depth and in, with vigor and energy. So we're going to need your participation.
Yes.
We're going to need you to participate.
Be attentive.
Be attentive.
Be selective.
Be
ready.
Be ready.
For the Holy Ghost.
The Holy Ghost.
Radioactive.
I don't know if this is
activity.
A church. Is this a church?
Yes, it's part of it.
Okay. So
we have to take them to church sometimes.
Yes. I hear you, sir.
Especially those that didn't go to church today.
Okay. Well, you can't tell who did not go to church among them because you can't see the people that are watching right now.
You.
Maybe they will confess in the comment section. So we have Daniela in the house. She says, good evening. Hi, Daniela. How you doing?
Hi, Danny.
Yeah, I believe this is your first time in the show. Welcome to the show. We have Akimbola Enoch Akinola. Welcome to the show. Says, okay. You will tell us more about him. Are you cooking something and trying to eat something that you are doing too?
Oh, you're trying to sing. I said,
Or did you mess it? But we'll figure that out, I guess, at some point. So let's begin on a tragic note, actually. News got to us this morning that Jacinta, your camera keeps going in and out. News came to us this morning that Nigeria lost someone very, very valuable. Very, very valuable. All right, that was quick.
Yeah, it was a quick one.
Very quick one. Good. So
I check him out. He was a very handsome,
Buhari was very handsome,
very
man.
fine man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, as people they old, they know they find well.
But no, he was still fine for his age.
I assure you.
Yeah. He took very good care of himself.
Okay.
Are we talking about Jubilee?
No, it's Buhari.
No, okay. So let's keep moving. We have some people who are really sympathetic about the loss of former president Buhari, Muhammad Buhari. And a lot of people are saying, wow, this is so tragic. This is horrible. God, this is horrible. And we have people who are, on the other hand, saying, Buhari don't die since now. This is Jubilee that they are trying to cover up and just dismiss away from Nigeria to go back to his country. What are you guys' thoughts? Do you think that this is Buhari or this is Jubilee? We've had this topic a long time ago, you know. But again, with what Buhari did as president of Nigeria, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think, let's take 3 minutes to discuss this. Do you think Buhari actually did something that people should, you know, celebrate his life and say, yes, this guy did good? Or do you think that Buhari did something that people should celebrate his death and say, yes, it's better that he left? What are your thoughts? First of all, let's begin with people in the house. And for everybody just joining in, you're welcome. We're going to be talking about Mobad and what VDM is digging out. So don't run away. Stay tuned. We're going to be talking about that. And we're going to be talking about what it means for Nigeria with this whole United States, Dubai, the UAE, Canada, and I'm hearing Qatar is trying to add Nigeria to that list. Stay tuned. This might help your family member. Okay? So, do you think Buhari did an awesome job? Do you think Buhari's life is worth celebrating? Or do you think his death is actually worth celebrating? Let's see that in the comment section. But let's begin, first of all, with ladies first in the house. Jacinta, what are your thoughts about this? Do you think Buhari's life is worth celebrating or his death, just like Abacha, should be worth celebrating?
To what me I felt about Jubilee's death or his spy is that if the person as acting acting Buhari could not survive the present president of Nigeria, I don't think anybody would have been done. So I think it's just a way of trying to excuse us from what has happened before that we did not know. So they're just trying to clear the air. And I would say, for me, I don't know if there was any impact that he did for us, because what we are going through today, it was what he started from the beginning, including what is happening in the people of Benue State. So there is nothing I'm going to say that when he was, something were better. If it is good luck, Jonathan, I have a lot to say. But for him, may he so rest in peace.
Wow. Okay. Thank you very much, Jacinta. Samson, what are your thoughts about this? Do you think Buhari's life is worth celebrating or his death is actually worth more celebrating?
First of all, I want to send my condolence greetings to the family of the late Buhari. And I want to say that I send my condolence. No matter what, somebody has died. Die is die. And when somebody dies, it's not something to celebrate about, because it's somebody's father, it's somebody's cousin, it's somebody's uncle. So even as a Nigerian, I look at the man that he served this country to his best of his ability.
Yeah.
Because I know that some people will not agree with me, and there are some people that will say, oh no, he is the problem of Nigeria. First of all, he just passed. So let us also give the family that respect and honor this man that served this country for quite a while as a military, and then as a what do you call it? Democracy.
Civilian president.
And democracy. So now, speaking about, okay, it's not Buhari, but Buhari actually was dead long time, and now they're just trying to bring it now that he just died. So, but that doesn't mean he's not dead, and that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt to feel that somebody died. So we have to also celebrate him, that he was very he honored. I mean, he served this country. Let's put it that way. Like when people are complaining, oh, Buhari is the problem of Nigeria, I disagree, because Nigerians are the problem of Nigeria, not just Buhari. Because over the Nigerians themselves, if they can also find a way to fix the country, starting from you leaving your home and being honest and not throwing trash on the street, and then obeying the law, following the law, not corrupt, not supporting corruption, then you can now come out and say, yes, Buhari is guilty. Just like Jesus says to those ones that want to throw the stone at the woman, he says, if you have not committed sin, this kind of sin, cast the first stone. All of them, Shele, that is to say that they were all hypocrites. So telling you that, saying that we have to understand that Buhari he did his part in the country, he tried his best, and let me so rest in peace.
So, Samsoft, are you indirectly trying to throw shades at some people right now that I don't want to mention name to say they are hypocrites based on what they said about late President Muhammadu Buhari? Are you trying to throw shades at people like people who bear the same opinion, such as Jacinta, saying that they are hypocrites because they believe that the president was part of the major reason why Nigeria got worse the way it did? And if they believe that, are you saying Jacinta is a hypocrite?
You just said it.
You said?
You just said it.
So Jacinta is a hypocrite.
Say it again.
I'm not. I am
Jacinta
saying,
said you're a hypocrite.
I'm not. I am not. I think he's just saying that based on his own terms and what he feel like saying. But I am the one who is in the shoes. I wears it and I know where it's pinching me, so I can
pinch it.
I stated my facts.
What's the fact?
The fact is this: if you said he has spied before, so is this the right time to tell us with everything that is happening?
No, that's not the point. We're talking about, you said it was the problem of Nigeria, so it was one of the problems of Nigeria.
He didn't put things together. He didn't put things rightly. Like I said, what the people of Benue State are going through, he caused it. But like you said earlier, somebody has spy. There is no need for all of that. But we will say it the way it is. Minister Meg said, what is the good thing can be said about him? Go to the internet. Nobody is saying anything nice. And I wish people,
because Nigerians are very quick to forget when you are nice, when you are good.
Yeah, I don't know why you're looking at me this way. Am I the one you're talking to?
When you talk about your niceness, but when you have put people in a situation where they can't turn on like this, we can't say anything.
So, Jacinta, are you saying that during the late former president's tenure, he put you in a situation, you and some other fellow Nigerians in a situation that made you guys not to be able to turn your neck?
It was in his own regime that the dollar started rising and never came down, like Dick.
You see, they are one of the problems.
So, moving on, let's take some comments. Please, let's hear your opinion, okay? Do you think that the life of the late President Muhammadu Buhari, late ex-president, former president Muhammadu Buhari is worth celebrating? Or do you think, just like Abacha, his death is actually worth more celebrating?
No, you can never. There's no way you're going to compare Abacha to
No,
Buhari.
I'm not comparing. I'm just the place where I'm bringing in a comparison here is, when the former military head of state Abacha died,
people were celebrating. Yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
But you can never
flagship
now.
People are not really turn on your camera.
People are not really celebrating right now.
Sorry, Jacinta. Let me take some comments real quick. Say that again, Jacinta.
Celebration on Abacha was not that he was in terms of.
No, we're not talking about Abacha here.
We're talking about.
I'm just
trying to give glory to that man.
Yeah, let's
honor Buhari.
Okay, so we have a comment from Mercy Chukwusa. Mr. Chuku.
Hi,
Chukwusa.
Mercy.
Welcome, Mercy. She says, hi, I am Mercy, watching from Nigeria.
Yes.
Welcome to the show, okay? Please comment and let's know exactly what you're thinking. Okay,
Where
Mute
is
in the
Chichi?
house. Okay, Mute says, good evening, everyone. So we have Mr. Eugene in the house.
Hey,
welcome, sir. He
How you
says,
doing, Doc?
watching from Boston, Massachusetts.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so and so. Okay, Mute says, if anybody that said the death of Buhari is a terrible thing, then that person is an enemy of the country. His death is a gift to us. We are praying more of this news we need to hear. Okay, now you talk up. Mercy says, Buhari's death only shows that death is inevitable, irrespective of social status or power. Tinubu should learn from this and do better as current president.
That was powerful, Mercy.
Wow, Mercy. Wow,
That's
wow,
intelligent.
wow. That's intelligent. You were merciful in your statement. Okay, thank you very much. So let's bring in his name is, he calls himself Flagship on YouTube. Mr. Stanley, you're welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
What did they tap there? Now your microphone?
He's trying to figure out his microphone. You good with your mic?
It's not, we cannot hear you.
He'll figure out his mic and then he'll come right back. So, from what I'm hearing right now, the house is kind of splitted, right? We have two people that are saying that Buhari did okay, and his death, his life is actually worth celebrating. We have two other people who have contrary opinions, saying Buhari plunged them and Nigeria into a state of anarchy, chaos, and equilibrium.
And I disagree.
And Samsoft obviously disagrees with that. But let's hear from everybody. Stanley, when your mic is on, just wave, okay? I can see you from backstage. So for me, what do I think? Nobody always asks me any of this either ways. I just still give my opinion. For me, I think Buhari came, did what he did, and left. Do I think Buhari is the best thing that happened to Nigeria after Agege bread? I don't think so. Do I think Buhari is the best thing that happened to... Do I think Buhari is one of the best people that ever ruled Nigeria? I would say yes and no. Reason why yes and no is because a lot of people, funny enough, are judging the late president based on this last presidential ruling that he did. You know, he has served Nigeria. I don't know if you guys understand what service is. He has served Nigeria in different capacities. He went to war. He fought for that country.
That's right.
He laid his life.
He didn't lay his life though.
Sorry, sir.
Go ahead.
He went to war where? In which of the city? In Kano or?
He didn't even fight.
Buhari fought in
the civil war now.
Civil war. Buhari was dead. Buhari fought.
Hey, you didn't even know your history.
Anyway, why you take away history from schools? What else do you expect? You expect illiteracy. But
no, when the days that he went to war was different, but the present war that we are going through, he didn't fight anything. That's my point.
Which war? Which war are you in right now?
As a matter of fact, when you are a president, you have a lot of entities that also surrounds you.
Yeah.
You might have the intention to do well, but when you have a lot of criminals working alongside with you, and then you are already old, not that young Buhari, you don't have that ability,
and you don't have that vice that he had. What
exactly?
I forgot.
Idi Agbon was the one that was actually running things, you know.
So when Buhari was president, right? This is what I noticed, and I'll tell you from my own point of view what I noticed. Okay, when Buhari was president,
the Gen Zs will not understand.
The Gen Zs can never understand. No, Jacinta is not a Gen Z.
She's not a Gen Z.
Yeah. So Stanley, welcome. Is your mic ready now?
I'm an adult.
We are not hearing you.
I don't use the mic then. Change it. We can't hear you.
We know they hear you.
Check it. Is
okay,
he muted?
just wait. He's not muted from my end.
Yeah, we can hear him. So yes.
So for me, what I think is this. It's not easy leading a country, especially a country like Nigeria. It's not easy leading a country like Nigeria. Not. Nigeria cannot boast of one president that they are proud of. Jacinta, you are representing Nigeria right now. Tell me that one president you're proud of.
Jonathan Ebele was a little bit
There was there.
like
BS. That's BS because when the guy was president, the same you people were complaining.
But
no.
he was okay.
The same people, some soft, were complaining about
True.
good luck.
True.
The same
Sorry.
people.
I'm sorry, sir.
You
The
have to be
reason-
sorry. Don't be
Yes,
sorry.
I
Do
have-
better.
I have to be sorry in this so that you will not fire me. That's just
Go ahead.
because Jonathan Goodluck was there. We know things that were happening. People like me, I was doing my business very well, and
Because
I
you had,
know that
you had a little political connection into the door and you were getting part of the national cake. Continue.
That's
sorry, I
just
forgot to apologize so I don't fire you. Please continue.
yeah, if you put me there, even the chicken in my house will have a bank account. So I am not put that
Are
far.
you saying that you are fantastically corrupt too?
I am not corrupt, but you don't expect a cow to give birth to a sheep.
Oh, there you go.
So,
You see,
Samson, hold on. Let me just ask one question. So, Jacinta, I love your proverb. I love that proverb. You don't expect a cow, even at a inside. You don't expect a cow
to give birth
to give birth to a sheep. So, are you saying
Some of you don't
the
start like
leaders
this.
are corrupt? The leaders are corrupt, so the people by affiliation are also corrupt. Is that what you're saying?
100%, and I will tell you by it.
So you've just agreed to me that Buhari is not the actual problem of the country. That Nigerians
Are the problem?
are the problem.
Buhari is also Nigerian.
Exactly.
Now, can I say something? When you take a child to the church, you kneel down. That child will kneel down. It's do as I do, right? It's what the child sees you do that the child will do. Now, the situation in this country is that the leaders that started before some of us were bring to life. It's a process. So until one person will come out that wants change, and all these people like Buhari has started moving now. If another one follow, and then we have a better this thing because there will be a change and things will rearrange. And then all these bad eggs are being wiped away. Then Nigeria will start a new history.
Hey,
Samson, at this point, Samson, there's only one song that comes to mind.
sing it.
Hear me, oh, oh, hear me. Hear me, oh, oh, hear me. In this life, you reap what you sow. Hear me, oh, oh, hear me. Chai, Jacinta. Chai. Okay. We hear you. Let's see if flagship microphone is back. Flagship. Yeah. Now, wow. Just disconnect whatever.
Yeah,
mic you
remove
have
that
as a
mic.
connection.
Remove that mic.
Yeah, it would be nice to hear your opinion because flagship was really deep into Nigerian politics.
Yeah, he's
So please
big.
disconnect that this thing, or you can go out and come back in. Maybe
Can't hear you at all, bro. We can see your head move or your mouth move.
Okay, so let's keep going. So now on to the next. When flagship come, he will come and do summary. But on to the next.
Okay.
On to the next issue. We have a problem. A big problem. Just like the topic for today's show. We have a big problem. And the problem we have right now is this whole case of, I don't know how many of you are conversant or familiar with this whole Mobad's case. When Mobad died and, people came out, there were so many narratives that were flying up and down. Naira Marley, Sam Larry, all of them, Wumi, the wife, the father, all of them. Are you guys familiar with it? Samsov, Jacinta?
Yeah.
Okay. So VDM has gone to go and start shaking the honest net. This thing part. He's investigating further. Even after when he started his whole investigation, they decided to rush and bring out the coroner's report that Mobad died due to allergic reaction to whatever injection that was given to him. And they were planning on prosecuting the unlicensed nurse. VDM came out, started doing some investigations. And in his investigations, VDM is exposing or unraveling a lot of things right now. Things like the timeline of when Mobad died. The wife of late Mobad came out then to say when they went to the hospital, Mobad, after 20 minutes, the doctor came and pronounced Mobad dead. There was a video then that was circulating of Mobad in the hospital, that he claimed that it was Mobad before he died in the hospital. Now that video, it came out that video was actually a year ago before Mobad died. Also, the hospital came out to debunk whatever Mobad's late Mobad's wife said. They said Mobad was never their patient. He was never admitted into the hospital. Mobad was a BID, brought in dead. And that when they brought him in, his pupils were fixed and dilated. Rigor mortis had already set in. For those of you who understand the medical terms, rigor mortis is when the body begins to stiffen.
Oh, wow.
And by the time rigor mortis set in, it means that person must have passed for over some hours. Right? Now, they from the hospital advised or recommended that they take the body of Mobad to the morgue. Meaning they gave Mobad's wife a report. But that part was missed from the whole gist. Now, Mobad's father came on VDM's interview session, was saying that they called him, that his son is sick. His son is sick when he was getting close. They called him again, said that he should go back. The son is responding to treatment. Only for the guy to use stubborn head and still go to the house and say, I still want to see my son. He used the kitchen door, the back door. When he went in, he saw blood on the floor with, sheets, with sheets there. Now they are saying this guy died due to allergic reaction to the medication that was administered, injection. Will injection make somebody to bleed out like that? That's number one. Number two, they are saying that Mobad had some mental health situation where he was actively psychotic. That's what prompted him to release a video saying Mobad's wife said that was what made Mobad say things that she recorded when he was saying, she wants to kill him and all of that. Now, with all this going on right now, people, what do you think? Do you think this is worth investigating further? Or do you think VDM should just let this go and they should just bury that guy and let everybody just go and rest? Or do you think some further investigation should be done and the real justice should be given to this guy? What are your thoughts?
I think they should go ahead with the investigation because with the stories, there are so much reasons to investigate this, the death of this poor guy. It's so sad, and his life was so promising before, and they just cut it short without just like that, like it's a chicken. That's so very sad. It's very, very sad because like when we're hearing from you the way you describe it, like they saw blood. My question is that the hospitals in Nigeria, like the place you mentioned, they took him to, and he was pronounced dead. Don't they have a record? Don't they have documentations? Don't they have all these things to show if he was dead prior to his arriving to the hospital, and then the blood? Like if somebody dies in America, they do an examination.
Autopsy.
Before the autopsy, even while the person arrives at the hospital, they will do thorough checkups and do the reason why, what happened. They will do some little, especially if it looks like murder. If it looks like murder, they're not just going to take it lightly. They will check every part of the body. They will naked pictures of all the body. If there's bruise, courts, anything, everything. They are supposed to do something like that.
In where?
In Nigeria, anywhere.
The same Nigeria where they don't do CPR and a belly, then they push inside.
Exactly. It's a good question.
I'm soft, man.
But then now the hospital is coming out. They're now accusing the hospital that the nurse.
No, the nurse never worked for that hospital.
So where did the nurse come from?
She's from wherever they call her
So
from.
this is
But
now,
she's not
Nigerians, listen to
affiliated with
this.
the hospital.
Nigeria, listen to this. You can't just wake up in the morning, you don't feel well. Not any nurse can just come to you and just be
treat
taking.
you.
Be careful.
Be careful.
Just be careful. Don't just allow them to, especially in a place like that called Nigeria. If I spelled it correctly. In a place like that, is that S complete? You have to be careful, Nigerians.
So now, everybody in the comment section, do you think Mobad was murdered, or do you think it was the case of that injection, the anaphylaxis that set in, the reaction of that injection? What are your thoughts based on what you know about this story? Do you think this guy was spied, or it was the case of that anaphylaxis that happened? What are your thoughts? Jessica, let's hear from you. Go ahead.
I think what I can say here is a case of negligence, because the wife should have known better. And that's another thing that sometimes
negligence on whose
on the
part?
side of
On whose side? On what part?
the family.
yeah, the side of I will first of all point to the wife, the side of the wife and the friends, but mostly it's to the wife, because if you go out with your husband and he sustains an injury, in as much as he's refusing to go to the hospital, you have to drag him there. And why will she keep quiet to that point? What does that she doesn't want to talk? Why is she scared of saying what happened? Because everything boils down to the wife. She knows what is happening, but she's scared of talking. I don't know, because I will not say a lot of videos that came up where she and Mobad were having issues. It's a normal thing that husband and wife have problems. But the other part that they were saying she pushed him, well, it was not shown on the camera, so we can't go ahead to say yes, she did it. But in what I will see is she took so many things for granted and she didn't pay attention to her husband.
So what are some of the things? Sorry, you said negligence and you're saying for granted. So what are the things she neglected? What are the things she took for granted? So everybody can learn from that.
I think how do I put it so that it will not look this thing. She didn't. I think Wumi knows why she's in Mobad's life. She didn't. She was not there for marriage, so she didn't pay attention to her husband.
Okay, so
let's from what Jacinta just said. Now, he's trying to tell me something about the old story that some people, Mobad himself, was taken advantage of by everyone.
Okay,
the wife, the friends, and the business partners. Because even when I look at him, his countenance, his personality is kind of quiet, laid-back guy. And everybody just took advantage of that. And that is so sad. You know, that's why you have to stand for yourself sometimes, because especially when you're in a position like that, you're getting the fame is coming, people are looking at the dollar sign, oh, he's going to be famous now, and then you're weak. They want to suppress you and oppress you.
Okay, let's take some comments. Let's hear what the people are saying. And please don't forget, you can always write your comments and we'll read your comments, okay? So we have a comment from Mercy. Mercy said, I'm proud of late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua and also past President Goodluck Jonathan. Okay, that was when I asked
that question.
Give me one president that you're proud of that is actually, you know, you're proud of. She says she's proud of late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. Well, he led for how long? he didn't finish his tenure. I think 2 years thereabout.
Oh, that was a very good president too.
Yeah, he was a good president. I liked him.
I remember you mentioned him too.
Yeah,
like,
President Goodluck Jonathan. Yes, I liked him, but there were a lot of things going on, a lot of corruption too going on under that regime. You know, and it was something that was clear. Buying GUNS in a aeroplane, taking Samsung's friend's private jet to go and buy, to go and bring guns. Sorry, GUNS from another country. You know, and when they caught the person finish, they say, America would have had of it if we had this. So no, please. I don't.
He said that's also friend.
Now your friend, I know your friend in private jet they use. No comment. Let's see if Stanley is ready. Stanley, is your mic ready now?
Can you hear me?
Let's do like Nigerians. When they say something, everybody will clap.
Did you change your shirt?
That's good. That's good. Sorry about that. I don't know what was going on.
All right.
I've been off for a minute. Hello, Jacinta. How are you?
I'm doing very well. It's good to have you back on the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Back on the show. Where you go before?
Yeah,
Where you go before,
you want a vacation?
Yeah. Okay. So let's keep going. I was taking comments. Stanley, I hope you were listening to us while we were talking, right?
Yeah, I think you started with the Buhari issue.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, so let's keep moving. We'll circle back to the Buhari's issue. So we're taking comments. Okay. Mercy says, I'm proud of late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, and I'm also proud of past President Goodluck Jonathan, Ebele Jonathan. Yeah. Okay. Perpetual is in the house. She says, hi, I'm Chinasa from Nigeria. Welcome to the show. Perpetual says, Mobad was murdered and not negligence. There are more to it, and VDM should continue with the investigation. Okay, thank you very much.
I agree with that.
So the question is, do you think Mobad was spied, or it was the case of that anaphylaxis that happened, that reaction that happened that spied him? You know, because from everything VDM is bringing up now, last, things are going to go bad, you know. But let's keep
People go job break fast.
Exactly. So, Stanley, are you familiar with the whole Mobad's case?
I heard about it, but I really didn't dig deep. The time that I heard about it was when it happened in the beginning.
Yeah.
I've just followed it up since then.
All right, perfect. So let's circle back a little bit briefly. Do you think, Stanley, that the late President Muhammad Buhari, do you think his death is what celebrating? No, do you think his life is worth celebrating, or his death is actually what more celebrating, just like Abacha? And if yes, let's know why. If no, let's know why. Then my next question for you, which everybody also will answer, is this: do you believe in that theory where they said Buhari is actually Jibril, or Jibril is Buhari, whichever one comes first?
I know his response going to be.
Well, I think the telegram got to Nigeria 8 years late. And I'm surprised that people are just responding to it now and the way they are responding. That's how I feel.
Can you shed more light on that? I don't get you. What telegram? What happened? I think I missed that memo. I wasn't on that telegram. They didn't add me to that group.
Okay, well, maybe you're one of those that's just getting it now.
I left the.
Where is the wife of Muhammad Buhari? Where are his children? Why is it that he was living in Daura alone and his wife is in Saudi Arabia / Dubai? These are questions that need to be answered. So let's not kid ourselves. Okay? We know what they're doing.
Thank you, sir.
So, Stanley,
Yeah.
You're not answering any of the question. I asked 3 questions. No, he didn't answer anyone. All he just did was come in, push all my questions to the side and said his own statement. I want to.
And I answered your questions. You said
Question number one, sir.
The
Is
telegram got to Nigerians late, 8 years late. And we're just finding out now. I think they're just retiring the Buhari that is there now, the double, and want to sweep everything else under carpet. Remember, 2027 is coming. So a lot of things are about to be blown off. Can of worms will be opened. I wait until I hear from his wife and hear from his sons before I can jump into this conversation that Nigerians are having about whether his death is now or then. The signs are written all over the world, and we see it. And nobody seems to be paying attention. We just go with what the media and so-called government throw out to the people to excuse me, before I speak a bad language here, to what's the right word, to deceive the people, let me use that word, and distract them so you don't see or know what's going on. But I think the telegram got to Nigerians 8 years later. I mean, answer these questions for me now. It will answer if you give you a good picture to what you're trying to say. How come nobody saw him when he was leaving Daura for London?
Yeah. Huh.
And these are questions that need to be answered. He cannot retire at his age, and his wife is not there with him. Jonathan, his wife is in his house. Anywhere, we know what she's doing every day and any time.
Even if the wife is in Zawada's room, we should still go out.
We should still know. She should still be in London. A press conference or statement should have been made by now. Even if the statement says, "Please respect the privacy of our family," we don't have nothing to say now. We would have heard from the wife. So let's wait until we hear from her and his son.
Go ahead, Samson.
Now, when he was talking about we never see the wife with Buhari, right? Have you ever seen that woman with Buhari? Even when Buhari was Buhari?
2017. Since after 2017, did you ever see her with him?
I have not even seen her with him while he was president.
No, she was. She was rather.
No, she was in the country, but she never see them together. Buhari says the woman belongs to the what?
The other room.
No.
He believes something about woman. The way Buhari believes, he says woman belongs to the kitchen. He doesn't believe in women moving around with him. Right from that.
Are you aware that he has a new small chick that was there in Dara before now?
Really? Really?
He gets more chick.
He gets more chick for there.
Go and read the news.
Yes, sir. Please speak your mind.
Why you chop your granite?
Chai chick.
Yes, chai chick.
You know, we Nigerians, we are quick to throw things away and move on to the next. If you pile up everything that has been happening in Nigeria and want to make a case, it will take you over 1,000 years to go over all of them.
Yeah.
There's one online guy, YouTuber, he always says this. He says Nigeria is a crime scene. There's so much on the ground, and we are quick to move on. Oh, okay, yeah, 200 people just died. Oh, well, move on. Next, 500 people got drowned. Oh, well, oh yeah, move on. Next, we don't look deep. We don't ask questions. Why did it happen?
We would take it as cruise too.
A cruise now.
Exactly. So that's why we are easily deceived. They can tell us anything they like, and we take it. And now people are talking about, I've been listening to the news since morning. People have been talking about celebrating him and all of that. How do you celebrate a man who plunged you into the situation that you're in now?
Thank you.
Have you forgotten that scripture that says, when the righteous prosper, the city rejoices. When the wicked perishes or perish, there are shouts of joy. The man put you where you are now. The man invited everybody that you see that has an AK-47 walking the streets of your country freely without being stopped. He put them in there, and you and I see what they do on a daily basis. So what's there to celebrate? Tell me.
Okay.
Thank
So
you.
I wanted to say something.
Okay, I want to respond to when he says he puts Nigeria in a situation, but when it comes to the AK-47, I have no proof of that to defend that that he didn't. But the other one, in terms of the problem of Nigeria, started even before he became president. Even before he overthrew the military president, the country has been like, roller coaster. So
Well, I agree that in 1983, Nigeria was way better than after he took office, before Babangida came, right?
Okay.
And then let's go to 2015. Who made Jonathan leave office? Do you think he won that election?
Exactly, sir.
Who made Jonathan leave office?
When he was the head of state.
Politicians. Jonathan stood his ground against the insurgency, number one. Jonathan stood his ground against the West, number two. But Buhari, parlayed with the West and turned Nigeria around, made it worse. If Jonathan, who took over from Yaradua, and you guys were hailing Yaradua, I heard that. Yes, Yaradua came out as a truthful man to say that, hey, I didn't win this election. No. You guys know that I did not win it, but I will make sure that I correct all the wrongs. And 2 years later, he was gone. And Jonathan took over. You know the fight that came up before they made him president and allowed him to do another one term. And he was going to run again because the 2 years he did was the completion of Yar'Adua's tenure. So for him to do his second term, Buhari came and said, I will make the country ungovernable for you if you don't get out. The meetings that ensued when that conversation was being held and votes were being counted, that made Jonathan to excuse himself from the meeting and go outside and make the phone call to Buhari and say, I concede, no Nigerian's blood is worth the fight. You think it's ordinary? What's there to celebrate? In my opinion, nothing.
Wow. Thank you very much for that honest opinion and honest answer. Maybe we should have the honest bunch invite you.
The honest bunch.
You know?
Yeah. The honest bunch, okay.
Oh, you just get that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. Thank you very much. So let's talk about the next part of the topic that we're talking about today. That the deal. What's this whole thing with Dubai, the UK, Canada, and the US coming to doing whatever they are doing to Nigerians, and also I heard Qatar is about to join also. At this point, what do you guys think?
When they want to ban, are they banning the citizens? So my own take on this is that I can only celebrate it when they ban the government from all the countries in the world. They should ban Nigerian government from traveling. All Nigerian government should stay home.
So you mean politicians?
All the politicians, starting from as low as councillor, chairman, all of them. No visa for them for any country in the world. They should ban them. Not the innocent citizens of Nigeria. The innocent citizens of Nigeria, some of them want to travel out to make find a better life because of the problem caused by the government. So they are approaching it the wrong way. Please, if you are watching the American president and those countries, Canada, please ban Nigeria government from traveling. Don't even invite them.
So how would they save the money? What would they keep the money that they are allegedly packing?
It will not go back to them. They should
So
still-
this whole side.
Okay.
Everybody quiet, they look.
Stanley, what do you have to say about that? Because this I'm someone that is coming straight for politicians. I don't know if I'm going to become a politician tomorrow.
I forgot to say this one. They should ban the politicians and upcoming. So in advance.
When I thought, I don't know if I'm going to be a politician tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to run for one post like
because
this.
I've never seen politicians that will come to a place like this and you will not go back with something, an idea to develop your place. Then there's no reason for them to be traveling. They should sit at home.
Okay. So thank you very much, Samsoft. But guys, what do you guys think? Because at this point, right, from what we're gathering, the US put what's that word again that they used? Is it a retaliation?
It's a 3 months visa.
No, there's a word. There's a word that they use that I would have loved to use. There's a word. Let's get that article. Let's get that article and put it on because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, right? So they put this visa restriction on Nigerians coming from Nigeria, right? Where they're not going to be able. It's going to be hard. It's more difficult now to get a visa from the United States. It's also going to be hard to have multiple entries into the United States. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. The U.S. Department of State updated their reciprocal non-immigrant visa policy. Effective today, that was some days ago. Most non-immigrant and non-official visas for Nigerian citizens will be single entry with 3 months validity. Visas issued before July 8th, 2025 remain unchanged. Read more here. Now, the word is reciprocal. What this word means simply is retaliation. Now, waiting.
When they do
us, we will do you.
And it's true. If you see from the past, if you want to go to Nigeria with an American passport, they only give you 3 months. And if they give you 3 months, they will give you single. If you want multiple, they charge you more.
So Nigerians were using that
for years
as a source of income. It was business for them. And it depends on the official way you meet. If you meet one official way, will tell you know what, at the vest today, you have 1 week to stay in Nigeria and go back. So now, so now the question now is this, because Nigeria actually responded, right? I don't want to play that video, but they reacted, and their reaction was like, now this is too much. Consider what you are doing. It will not help our this thing. Let's work together. Things like that, Now, if Nigeria was doing this in the past, issuing visas like that, didn't they know it? Why were they issuing visas like that? Because now other countries now that were giving American people visa of 10 years, now their own country will be getting visa of 10 years. 10.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's reciprocal.
They'll be fair to them. They'll be fair to them.
Of course, it's what you do, we do.
Yeah.
So if you give us 10, we give you 10. So Stanley, do you think it now makes sense for the Nigerian government to go back and reevaluate their visa issuing policy and length of stay and entry numbers to add to it? Or do you think that they don't really care? Because after all, this is for people that want B1, B2 visa and some others. It doesn't affect the government officials.
Exactly.
What do you think?
Oh, don't worry. By the time it starts to bite them, they will go back and review their visa policies. I don't know why Nigerians are crying foul, or the Nigerian government is crying foul that the US is restricting them. And don't forget that the cost of a single entry visa application for US citizens or US passport holders that are applying to go to Nigeria is far more expensive than what the US charges Nigeria.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yes, it's far more expensive. I don't know the exact figures of today, but the last time I checked, I think they said it was over $250 or so. Maybe I don't know what it is right now. And it's 30 days. It's not 3 months.
Exactly.
So if you are charging that much for single entry into Nigeria, and the US, who sees it as business opportunity, they turn around now and say, here's what we're going to do. We're going to, and they did not even increase their fee as of now when they made this change. We've not heard that part yet. Whether they will do it, we don't know.
Looks like they're going to do it.
And you know who's in office? He's a businessman. He wants to make money.
Of course.
And they prayed for him. God has answered their prayers.
Okay.
Even that guy we got say don't America, say don't. Jacinta was busy dancing. Yeah.
Exactly. All of them that prayed, all the pastors that
Even
prayed for
Jacinta
him,
prayed.
God has answered them.
But don't be surprised that it really doesn't affect these politicians. I agree with Sam. If the government can do that, if these foreign governments or nations can extend this restriction to the politicians, it will make a lot of sense. But
So what
the sad part is all your politicians, they all have green cards.
Oh yeah, true. Some
They've
even
bought it. They've
For me,
bought it. And so it really doesn't affect them. But I hope that Trump, starting with him, would go back and review that visa green card application and say that if you are a corrupt politician, it automatically revoke your visa, your green card rather, to Nigeria. Or he come back to say, though you have had a green card, for you to renew it again, you have to pay another $5 million. And it's not permanent. Then it will really affect them. But as of right now, many of them have gotten it. Some have even married and gotten citizenship with secret women that we don't know about here. So they look at you and be like, well, it doesn't affect them. But here's what I really think they should do. This restriction should be extended to diplomats and their family members, their children, their wives, anybody. Because the people that are going to suffer these harsh decisions that is being made by foreign nations are the everyday Nigerians that are struggling to either make life better, travel to these places to do businesses, go to school, or maybe want to find a better place to live. They are the ones that will suffer this. Yeah. This is how I see it.
Yeah.
It be like a man when he meet Opio for road, carry an entire house. Opio not give him service after I pay money. Instead of be with the Opio, now the mattress when they the bed, now I can't begin the floor. Now you go pay me for the service when I'm supposed to get when I not get today. It's the average Nigerian citizen. But again, bringing it back to the citizens, we are not helping matters at all. Everywhere we are.
Let's yeah, we're coming there. Don't go there yet. Let's hear from Jacinta. You carry this thing go another level now where you could just change what you talk now. And Jacinta will not be able to say her opinion on this. We're coming. I know exactly where you're going to. We're going to touch that before we go. Okay, sir. Thank you. Jacinta, now being on the ground of Africa, touching the motherland, as your leg is, she knows how to call it was useless question, but it's not that useless. Now, being on the ground,
She can
right?
handle it because you don't chop biscuit.
And granite. Now, what do you think? What are your thoughts about this whole new visa policy? Do you think it's gonna make life more difficult for people who are, one, trying to Jakpa, and two, trying to survive in Nigeria? Do you think it's gonna, because obviously if you are just gonna have just 3 months worth of visa, and
by the
it's
time you
just
enter
one
plane,
single entry, you enter plane, it already
2 months
carry
don't
2 days.
finish. By the time you land,
The fact that they give you 3 months doesn't mean you are staying here for 3 months.
thank you.
Exactly. You stay for like 2 months.
Exactly.
You might get no,
No,
You
1
might
week.
Yeah, and what people fail to know is that getting visa doesn't mean you are going to stay for that. You can get the person who allows you and really tells you is the immigration officer that you meet.
Mm-hmm.
If you are lucky to meet one who quarreled with his wife before he came to work that day, for no reason, your 3 months visa might turn to 3 days.
Well, for me, I think their decision and however how they put things is not right, because Nigeria already is turning our brain upside down, and very few of us were already looking for the easiest way to carry our bag and Jakpa. So now that US is giving 3 months, another one, UK have started their own, Canada have started their own, then Dubai, come on Dubai, wait there for back
We're
here
talking
like
of
this.
Nigeria for now. Stick to
No,
Nigeria.
it's I think she's
Now, Nigeria, we're on right now. Nigeria, just Nigeria. Stick to Nigeria.
Yeah.
That's why we say you're on the motherland. You're there. Talk
Okay,
about
okay.
Nigeria.
What do you
We're
mean?
going to expand. We'll expand to all those countries.
So now, because it's the situation in my country now does not warrant us to stay. So we are all looking for where to go. So the US government should please and bring down this thing. It's too high. Trump, just take it easy for us. Help us, because we really want to seek greener pastures in another land, so that we'll be able to stand with what is happening in this country.
But why do people need greener pastures? I don't get grass for Nigeria. Grass there now. Now they bring cow and all these things. Which other greener pasture again?
The grass where cow don't chop finish, which one will go chop?
not true. Yes, men don't carry cow, chop all their grasses.
Cannot
Then
farm it.
if the cow chop the grass, chop the cow.
I like that. If the cow chop the grass, chop the cow.
Oh, when you meet cow for your farm in the morning, they will
Yep.
squeeze the milk out of the cow and give you for free. You drink it fresh from the cow's breast. This time around, no. Rather, it's your head. No.
But my problem though that I have, right, is this. A lot of Nigerians don't see what the actual problem is here, right? Everybody is fast or was fast to criticize the United States and the United States president. You know, oh, why is Donald Trump doing this? We vote for him. No, we praise him now. We do this. We do this.
No. We prayed for him.
We prayed for him. We fasted for
And
him.
God has answered
And
their
God
prayers.
answered. And now he's doing this to us. But a lot of people fail to realize that this is not, if you listen to the word reciprocated, it's
Retaliation.
what you gave that we are giving. It
One
stood
revenge
for that. It stood for that. You give us beans and dodo. We give you beans and dodo, not beans and bole.
Yeah, exactly. They're trying to tell you that, listen, we are not Christians. You slap me, I slap you here 3
Period.
times.
So what I think Nigeria needs to do, or the Nigerian government needs to do, is go back, reevaluate your visa policies, and make some changes. And I'm sure the United
They
States
will do the same. They do
the same.
likewise.
They'll do likewise and change their own things. So that's what I think, right? But again, who am I? I'm just nothing but pencil in the hand of the creator. Let's watch this video real quick. Sorry, Mr. Stanley.
Countries that has banned Nigerians this week. Number 1 is UK, US, Canada, and UAE. Number 5 is Qatar. They say that Qatar will soon ban. In fact, they are on the move to ban Nigerians because of the artist activities our people are operating in Qatar. Okay, now let's just talk. I want to ask, why are these countries banning us? Is it because of the high rate of Jakpa syndrome or a rising case of crimes and misconduct by our people in abroad or in this country? What do you think might be the reason behind this increasing stringent visa policy against us in this country? Even though like US and UK visa ban are not only for Nigerians, they just upgraded their immigration policy. But what of UAE, Dubai? They literally said Nigerians from age 18 to 45.
45.
Wow.
Canada. Like, what could be the reason? Is it because of our bad attitude in abroad? Or they just have normal hatred on us because of we are Nigerians? You can tell me your opinion at the comment section, but please, my people, if you not travel abroad, respect yourself and respect the rule of law.
Thank you, my sister. By the way, video credit to Niger Gossip. She's a great, amazing person. Thank you very much for that content.
Yeah, thank you.
So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that all these things are coming up because the head of Nigeria was once involved in a legal case that had to do with drug peddling? Do you think that it's because of the rate of crimes that some Nigerians go into when they travel abroad? Because like the last story we heard of a guy who scammed the president's inaugurational funds, he thieved that money. It took a whole FBI to go and catch the guy in Nigeria, and so on and so forth. And for the UK, the one that the woman went and go and be beating the old woman she's taking care of, or the one that the guy went and go and be kissing the
I
patient.
think that woman is not from Nigeria, and I think she's an African.
The patient, no, Nigerian. The patient that was sick, impatient, where they assigned him to take care of, he went and be kissing the woman on the bed, saying he's trying to calm her down, cool you down, cool you down, cool you down, cool you down. So, is it all of these things? What are your thoughts? Why do you think all these things is happening to Nigeria? Stanley, you wanted to go there, but I didn't let you go there. I wanted to bring it in.
Fire down.
Yes, please fire up.
Exactly, fire up.
You know, it is. There is this saying that is common in this part of the world, but I think it's everywhere. That you can take someone out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of them. I think that's the issue here with our people. It's unfortunate that when we go to these other countries, for only God knows what reason, we just decide to exhibit this very, I'm trying to use a good word, very, let me use the word crazy, very crazy behavior and attitude, thinking that we are at home. There is a case of a Nigerian in, is it Canada? Recently, there's been so many news of Nigerians' behavior in third world countries. I take it back. It's Ghana. A Nigerian man in Ghana that drove and blocked the street of his estate where other expatriates live because they refused to give him the key to the estate. And he found himself in jail, like literally blocked the road and was causing, you know what they do? The kind of Agbero lifestyle they do in Lagos. Dubai, you hear about cultists, Nigerians carrying cutlass on the road, fighting. Nigerians trying to dupe the system over there in Dubai. In the UK, you know the cases, there are many. Canada, the same thing. Here in the US, every day, the list of Nigerians who took advantage of this COVID-19 relief program they did the other time, the list is long. And when they go in for these things, they go in with everything and get as much as they can. When people walk in there and they see a big packet of sweet, those who want to take from it will take one and walk away. The moment a Nigerian gets there and sees it, he wants to carry the whole thing and walk away with it. You know, it's our behavior and our attitude. We think that we are smart. We want to gain every system wherever we find ourselves. That is what is causing all of this. And the one question we want to ask is, why are all these nations doing it back to back? You know, not in an extended period of time. It's all just simultaneous that they are putting restrictions on us. And then lastly, there is this alleged news that I heard about, that they are looking at the president of the nation and the baggage that he's carrying. Recently, he was named the third most corrupt in the world president. The Chicago thing is still there. There are many, terrorism is still there. Many other things that were tied to him. So because of that, they believe that we are very much compromised when it comes to security. There are a lot of people.
Sorry, Stanley, to add a little bit to what you just said, right? I don't know if you're aware of the 5 presidents from Africa that were invited to the White House recently.
Yes.
And Donald Trump said these are the presidents representing Africa.
Yes.
And the president of the giant of Africa
was not represented.
He was not there.
He was in what's that St. Lucia. Why there's a party going on in Washington, D.C., he went to St. Lucia in Brazil, where those countries that are at loggerheads would do. And those places he went to, Brazil is trying to figure out a way to deal with the U.S., Donald Trump, and make sure they are on his good books. And you are flying there to go join them. Recently, Nigeria went to join BRICS in Switzerland. The vice president went there this year and tendered our formal application. So we are picking a fight with those that we're not supposed to be picking a fight with now. We're just not in the good books anywhere. So when you put all of these things together, all of these, including our religious leaders, remember there's one here that was just arrested and is in jail.
That dancing guy?
Huh?
No.
Which one? Who was that?
There's this pastor that's in Ohio. He has a big church. Just recently jailed. He's a Nigerian that he stole $3.4 million from the U.S. government. Yes. So the list is many. We just seem to, it's like that, you know that small shit when the day person here and showing the smell full everywhere. Now so it be for Nigeria. And that's why these guys are just slamming us with all of these restrictions.
This guy, party boy will just give it.
It's the truth. It's the truth, man. And that one,
when they forget to clean.
Now they forget to clean.
They forget to clean.
You see, so that's why they are doing all of this to us. And from the top to the bottom, it's hard to make sense of everything. And he puts those Nigerians who are genuine, hardworking, trustworthy, it puts a lot of burden on them to prove themselves in whatever places they find themselves because of these many stories of bad reports that we are getting all around the world, wherever we find ourselves. So it suits them. But I just hope that they will extend it to those in government who actually are making life difficult for the everyday Nigerian, that they are looking for ways to get out. And when they get out, this is the mindset of Nigerian, the average Nigerian who gets out of Nigeria. They have lost so many years in Nigeria. So the moment they find themselves outside, they want to do whatever it takes to make up for those years. So if it involves stealing from whatever country they find themselves, committing any sort of fraud, they want to do it so that they can show back home that they've been in this country for 6 months and they want to build 10 mansions that they've not been able to build 25 years ago that they've been out of school in Nigeria. So it's a myriad of things. Unfortunately, the people are dealing with the pain of this restriction.
I don't even think that the Nigerian is the reason why some of them are corrupt is because of they're trying to catch up with time. It's just in the blood of some of them. When something has already sink inside of you and it's your lifestyle, and the lifestyle of the people in Nigeria celebrate criminals, let's put it that way. People that are doing well, they don't care how you make your money. As long as you have money, we will celebrate you. Odogu, they give you all kind of name, your head go the big. The more people like to hear that, you are celebrating the people. Even there's nothing wrong with celebrating people. But if the people are wrongdoers, condemn that act. But the fact that people celebrate these people that commit crime, encourage others, even our young ones, the children that are coming up, they are encouraged by even you hear some pastors say it on the altar. They encourage bad behavior. Those days, pastors used to preach against it. When we were growing up, we used to be afraid of certain things, to do certain things. But now, you can even do it in front of pastor. You can drink that beer in front of him. You can do that sin, commit that sin in front of the pastor without fear.
That's if the pastor is not doing it right
The
next
same
to
thing,
you.
exactly. As a matter of fact, probably he was the one that went to you can do it.
So just take one bottle.
For your stomach's sake.
He or JD.
It's
This morning, one pastor, one guy was telling me, he said, when the Bible says Timothy, he said that 3 times now they call Timothy. I said, Timothy, how many times I call you? Go drink that tea for your stomach's sake.
Okay. Before
See Jacinta face.
Before Jacinta chimes in, right? Our technician just made me aware that there's a video he wants us to use for commercial break. So let's just go there. Let's enjoy this.
We are finished. Herdsmen are attacking our village again.
When people know they finish. Jesus.
Officer, how many men do we have?
4, sir. 30 went for governor's rally, sir.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. 30 went with the governor for political rally. But it's okay. I got you. Officer, let's bring the call. Men, they run things. Your Honor. So you go ahead. Excuse me. Excellency. Anything for the boys? Oh, okay. You know local government chairman? Yes, he's downstairs. He needs escort for a wedding. Yeah, you do really good. Shut up. Bring take away from me. Officer, what are you saying? I just told you that herdsmen are attacking my village. They're sending them out. Let's go to my village first now. Don't worry. I say, calm down. I got you. Officer Barnabas has praised the call. I told you. I got you. So you will have to follow me.
When I move, you
Man, niggas.
When I move, you move.
Yeah, one party one go scatter this night. So I need like 4 men who go guide me.
I only have 2 men here, plus including me if I close the police station. And if you don't mind. Have you bros, you want to join police?
What kind of rubbish is that one now?
I got you.
You want to close? Why some people?
Okay, we'll go come there like next 2 weeks. Collect statement. Wait a minute.
Okay.
The guy said we can't complain. You call the thing of joining police.
You know, you say I'll be one join police. Yeah. So, Jacinta.
That's not it.
Police for sale.
I know.
I'm telling you.
Police for sale. So, Jacinta, with all these things that have been said right now, right? What do you think? Do you think that do you think this whole restrictions that is happening to Nigeria, do you think it's good for the country so that people in the country will take time to fix the country? Or do you think it's bad for the country?
To be honest, these restrictions that is being tagged around us, it's not going to do us any good, because it's not that we don't have the hope that this country will be better, but when is what we don't know. So sometimes while waiting for the when, it's better to go somewhere else so that you can be alive and to witness the change in the country when, if at all, it's going to come. So to me,
No, go ahead.
So to me, in all of these things that are happening, we don't see our president trying to negotiate and do something for us. Now everybody is to your tent. If US say 3 months, you know that that 3 months will not do, then you run to another country that is open to you. But if you cannot, whatever you can see yourself doing in this country is another thing. Because the truth of the matter is, Nigeria is really looking for change, and we don't know when this change will come, but we hope the change comes one day. So for me, all of these things is not in favorable of us. It is still going to keep us, most Nigerians. I will not call all, because the politicians and their children, they are doing well. So we are not politicians' girlfriend, and we are not politicians' fathers. We don't have fathers or mothers that are in those sectors. We have to find our way and fix our lives.
So, Jessica, if you're a politician girlfriend, would you rather stay in Nigeria?
I will live in Nigeria, and I will live a very luxury life. Because all I need to do is just to slap his head and rub his head, to credit my account.
You and this
Why are you,
slap.
why, why are you looking at Sam's head? Why are you looking at Minister Sam's head?
So that's all it takes, right? Slap the head.
Slap the head, pass account number.
Slap
Slap
the account.
Okay, thank you very much, Jacinta. But really though, really, I think for me, I think this would help Nigeria to stand strong. Why? Because now our politicians, they won't jump up quick and fast pass on people at the end of the day. You know.
Do you know that traveling is going to be much difficult now? Because just thinking about raising the fund to travel first is a problem.
Sure.
Because if you exactly, so 2-3 million for ticket, and you are not even sure. Huh?
Just the visa, because here in Nigeria they do it by themselves. They have to pass through an agent. So
and
the
then after you acquire that,
so the agent have to do it for us, and then he'll charge you like 2 million to 2.5, and after that is being given luckily if you have the luck, because sometimes they will feel what they want to feel for you, and then when you appear there, the questions they interview, what they interview is not what is in the paper, and then you don't know what is there. So sometimes they are lucky to get, they are not lucky to get, and when you are lucky to get, and then you begin to other tickets which cost you over close to 5 M. And then when you get there, you don't have.
Sorry, Jessica, hold on with the breakdown. We don't really need all those breakdowns. Stanley, why are you laughing?
That you are staying with, then you have to find a way to pay for your accommodation. Or you start.
We don't need all this information. You get strong head, though. That's why they ban on anyhow.
She's a Nigerian. You never see she still they go
she he said they use agent, and the agent will fill the form for you, so you don't know what they're doing.
You won't ever fill form for you, don't even know if
you're not gonna read them.
That's what happens.
When you reach there, when the question
when they put for inside
because now you know film, you go answer based on what's in there your brain, and then what is in the
what was it not supposed to brief you, the person that filled it?
The agent in Nigeria will not even allow you to have an hint of what they are doing. They're interested with the, and you know Nigeria is very, very uneducated, that sometimes they give you paper, you know, they feel read. If you want a Nigerian to go to bed, give him a book to read.
Okay, I have a question for you for that. You said the agent, right? It was the agent, right? Is the agent Buhari that you were blaming that was the problem of Nigeria?
Buhari has done his own, Minister Sam.
So that is to tell you that Nigerians
are the problem of Nigeria.
You see, that answered the question. You came back to it.
No, Sam. No, I disagree with that point
Thank you
because
very much, Stanley.
if
Thank you, sir.
Buhari had made the country good,
How?
Some sort
you
of
would not know. You would not need. You would not need to go to the embassy. You would not need to be at the embassy to make to go and apply for visa to go anywhere. Do you see people?
No, excuse me. I disagree with you, sir.
Thank you.
Why are you putting it solely on Buhari? Is
Hold
Buhari
on
the
now.
president? Yes, sir. Buhari, hold on, sir. Buhari is not Pobia that has been there since. In fact, people that are 45 years old only know one president. Buhari is not Pobia. Buhari is just one of so many presidents that have gone across the whole Nigeria.
We're not putting all the blame on him.
You are. You are saying
Nah, you
Buhari
just
did
said
this,
Buhari
did
just
that.
now.
No.
Yeah, because he was
during President Goodluck Jonathan time, sir. Were you happy with him 100%?
happy with who?
Put it to you that you were not happy with him 100%.
With who? With who?
Goodluck Jonathan.
Good luck.
Was there food? Were Nigerians doing well? Jessica, you
Yes! Yes, Nigeria was doing well. Very well.
because they had a president that cared about them. That
Come
gave
on.
But
that made Nigeria governable.
Is it not the same Nigerians that they were giving plenty food that came out and carry broom and say we want change?
Exactly. And they got
Exactly.
changed.
And they want change.
Exactly. Even
no.
people.
No.
Hey,
Exactly.
wait.
Why are you supporting us? You were on your own.
Hey,
Exactly. And you're coming to say exactly to what? How dare you?
Stanley was trying to support you.
How dare you? You are running away from Stanley now.
Wait, I am not supporting. Oh, no.
Talk.
Mr. Sam,
We can hear you.
now, during the time of Goodluck, things were surplus. Nigerians were the one that, even if you don't have money,
Okay.
if you don't have money to vote for Buhari, then I remember in my church they were buying recharge card 100 naira for everybody's phone because they said they needed change, and the change came with broom, which is swept everybody off it. Until today, we are not able to stand from the sweeping that they sweep us out. To a point that
Sam
was no longer on that seat for a whole 6 months. Nobody knew. Another person took over. So I am not saying during Goodluck's time things they were very, very nice. But I say in Buhari's time, sorry, sir, it was a no.
Sam and Max, can you hear me?
They mute.
Oh. Well, I was going to say that
They're hearing you. Leave these two men. They're hearing you.
Max
Yeah.
and Sam, I can't hear you too. I think they have muted themselves. The point I was trying to make is during Jonathan's time, a bag of rice was how much?
During Jonathan's time, a bag of rice was 20,000, 25,000.
No, it was not. It was not.
Oh my God. I know what I'm saying.
During Jonathan's time, a bag of rice was 8,000 naira.
Big bag of rice.
Yeah, a bag of rice. I think 50 kg, right? The one you buy for 100. The one you buy for 100K now was way cheaper.
The 50 kg was the one that was 8K, 85, and 95.
How much do you buy the 50 kg now?
50 kg then was 20,000, and then the 25 kg was from 85 to 95. It depends on the quality of the rice.
How much do you buy the 50 kg now?
50 kg now is about 85,000.
Okay, that's the one that went.
But you're not going. We cannot blame that on the government now.
No, sir. Who do we blame?
Inflation.
Who caused inflation?
Inflation on what, sir?
Inflation. Everything is going up.
Who
No.
caused the inflation? You remember when Tinubu was being inaugurated? He said subsidy is gone. Was that not the day that he jumped up from 25
Exactly.
to almost 100,000 at that time?
Sir, during that, you can buy 10 tubers of yam for 5,000. Now, one yam is 7,000.
So the thing is, it is not it's the policy makers that you hold responsible for whatever happens in any nation and how its people are being treated. If the policies they make does not favor the people, they will suffer, and you blame it on the government. So if the government took away subsidy at that time and the price of everything skyrocketed, you blame it on the government, not the people. But when you say that when PDP was there, or rather Jonathan was there, and the Nigerian people agreed to take the broom and sweep him off the ground, they swept everything that they had that was going good for them.
Exactly. So,
you know, so in that part, Sam Soft, I withdraw my support first. Then because Umbrella was covering them.
Exactly. Umbrella was covering them.
Brought Umbrella to cover them.
They can't push umbrella, go carry broom. They won't have
sweep umbrella.
Red Gary was 350. White Gary was 250 naira mudu. Now,
red or white.
Exactly.
Red Gary is 1,500, which white Gary is 1,250. Can you imagine?
Jessica, news flash to you, okay? Life everywhere went up.
Correct.
As Soft said,
Yes.
inflation
Exactly.
everywhere in the whole world, things went up. If Nigerians things went up exponentially, then that's different, which obviously we could see that yes, things went exponentially higher. Even here in America, you know how much we buy petrol before? You know how much we petrol now? You go store to go buy something with $100 on a normal day. Go fool your car.
Expensive.
You get plenty things inside cart for $100.
Now 400.
Go store. Even 200 self, you're gonna find what you buy inside the cart. You're gonna find where it wrong go.
But you're not gonna match that one with Nigeria, where if
you
you're not come down. For this side,
you cannot compare potato and cocoyam.
For this side, if the price of goods or commodities go up, it comes down at least.
Yes, you are correct.
But for Nigeria, when it go up, they sit down.
Goes up, don't come down.
No.
Pure water.
Source of gratitude. No, they work for Nigeria.
Not they there.
Pure water now is.
You just list all these items. I take concern.
I know
that. Pure water. I did drink pure water. I did drink red or white Gary.
We need to hear this thing.
If you want to hear him, go
on. Pure water, the best song.
Go itemizeblog.com. Pure water.
Oh yeah, tell us how much pure water now.
300
for one sachet.
When I come up from Nigeria, one sachet was 5 naira.
Yeah, me too.
It was 5 naira.
One sachet of pure water was 5 naira when I come out. Now 300.
Now it's 300 naira, and that one of it, if you buy it to turn inside bottled water container, I know they full.
So apart from that, even if you drink yourself, some of them can give you typhoid.
Then they put vitamin inside the water.
You can finish the 3 by yourself. You know, reach you.
Okay. Then let's put a break on all these things. My thing is this, right? It's not easy being the president of a country. I'm not gonna lie. It's not easy because now everybody they look, right? For that's why I say for me, I would never want to be president of every country.
I thought you wanted to run for office.
When I say run for office, I would rather be the one behind
the scene,
calling the shots from there. You know all those cabals.
Yes,
I
like those kind of positions too.
Yeah, when I will make sure.
You thought about countries like Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Qatar, how do they do it that their people are paid?
Thank you.
Don't go to what other nations are.
Again, sir, again, you can't compare Nigeria with all those countries, because number one, for you as a leader to be able to do something good for your country, you have to, number one, have like-minded people.
Thank you.
On your corner. Take a look at during late President Buhari's time, when Buhari goes to the UK for medical treatment and Oshibajo takes over. What does he do? Oshibajo made the country better. He does things. Oshibajo was the first person to actually commission a contract, award a contract for an airport in Abuja, and that contract was completed in due time. Oshibajo was the first person that actually went into the airport, and people were complaining, the dilapidated structures and everything, and renovations happened. Oshibajo went to the market, related with the market women,
Just short period of time.
women, short period of time. The cabal saw what Oshibajo was doing. They saw what he was doing. What did they do? How many times they tried to crash in plane? How many times?
That is to tell you solution. You see, when I was telling you that the
Nigeria
Nigeria problem is not the government, the individual. Nigeria problem that the people.
Not the people.
No, it's not the people. It's not the people. I don't like to blame the people. The people are overpressed right now.
It is the people. Let me tell you why it's the people, sir.
Wait.
Instead of I'm on a roll, and you know when I'm on a roll like this, nobody can stop my roll.
So that cabal, who is the cabal?
Excuse me, sir. The cabal are from high top people,
which is
one.
Not the I don't know people. Thank you.
Which are Nigerians.
That's what I want to hear.
The people that should be coming out to stand for things that should be done, change that should happen. Look at Kenya. People that should come out and stand for change that should happen. Where would you find them? You find them in your churches. You find them in the mosques. Doing what? Praying. Monday praying, Tuesday praying, Wednesday praying, Thursday praying, Friday praying, Saturday praying, Sunday they come back to church and back to Monday. And what does this do for the people? What that does for the people is it gives you a false sense of hope. Hope in the sense that things will change. Things will be better. That has always been Nigeria. See, right from when Nigeria started change, right from when Nigeria, before they used to provide food for students in school. Before you go school, pay school fees, they'll still feed you on top.
Yes.
Now Nigeria is like this. Nigeria came from like this, crashing down. Obasanjo came. No matter how bad Obasanjo was, Obasanjo came, and what was the one? Obasanjo did some monumental things for Nigeria. Number one, you see that debt Nigeria had with that Paris Club. What did he do? That debt, he left.
Negotiated. It was negotiated. It wasn't paid.
It was negotiated. I didn't say it was paid, but that debt was negotiated and it left. Brought down very, very low.
But do you know the trade-off for that?
What was the trade-off, sir?
Devaluate your currency some more.
So now you see it devaluated.
Is that again? Is that good for the nation?
At the same time, sir,
there must always be a sacrifice.
There must be a sacrifice. Instead of to go and be collecting more debt upon more debt upon more debt, and then
what that did for us is to make our currency of no value. And if your currency is of no value, you cannot buy anything out there. So what do? You borrow more. They know what they are doing. Now we not know smart. We not think far.
That is what Sam Soft is saying.
Nigerians. No. I mean the president, whoever it is that was doing those negotiations. Now me and you not go there go negotiate. If I go to negotiate for Nigeria today, you know what my first negotiation is? Every company in Nigeria, I'm going to revoke all the licenses and make them reapply all over again. And the terms and conditions will be very strict. That's what countries like Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the rest of them are doing. They will let you come there to do business. Who does their jobs for them? Not the foreigners, but the terms and conditions under which these contracts and jobs are negotiated must favor them first, not the expatriates.
Thank you.
So that's one place to start with. But our guys did not go there. They gave them an endless open check that they can do whatever they like at any time, that they sold our natural resources before we even got to them.
Jessica, you wanted to say
Jessica,
something?
your hand was up.
Yes, you know, when we were talking,
Out like that, she won't talk one thing. We go. Go ahead.
Minister Mex and Minister Sam said they want to belong to the people of the Kaaba. You know, that's the part.
Anytime people think about twist like that, when she start to talk,
you know, as well.
You don't say she wants to talk something. Go ahead.
That's where this is the people that are the Kaaba are the ones that are spoiling this country. And here is what the word of God say concerning them in the book of Ezekiel. The Bible says, Ezekiel said, and the Spirit of the Lord took me out of the house and placed the gate, the east gate, from the entrance of the gate. And he saw 5 men. I mean 25 men. They were there detecting evil against the city. Now, you will be the ones that will sit at the entrance of the gate and you'll be dictating evil concerning the city. They don't say anything good. Please don't be Kaaba. Come out and be the real substance that will help the country, not to hide under this thing because they will spoil you.
You don't finish.
Man.
You don't know this get too much.
Anytime you see the mouth twist like this, I want to say something. Man, you don't say, where did she want to?
You don't go good.
You don't go good. You don't go good. Yeah? Jessica, that was a good one. That was a good one. We have Reverend Hightower. Welcome, Bishop. Welcome, Bishop Hightower watching all the way from Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
Yes. Well done, Bishop. Well done. So, now, to this particular case that I talked about, and I remember telling Stanley, one day I will remind you of this case. The case is still ongoing. We're not going to talk about it today. We're not going to touch it today. Bishop says thank you. Bishop, we'll have a business proposal for you. We'll talk about that later.
Yes, Bishop.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Now, this whole Senator Natasha case with Godswill Akpabio. Senator Natasha versus Godswill Akpabio and the Nigerian government. Stanley, can you give us update on what's going on with that case?
She's back in the Senate now.
She's not back in no Senate.
She's not back.
No Senate.
She's still under suspension.
No, she went back from what I heard.
No, sir, she never went back.
If there's a new development, then maybe I'm not.
There's no new development. She did not go back. Let me tell you what happened. There was a ruling, right? The judge said, she shouldn't have, made that satiric post that she did on Facebook. So she needs to apologize. They fined her a certain amount of money, right? And then they told her she's going to pay that money. She's going to apologize. The Senate, you have every right to punish your member. You have every right to punish your member. But I think that punishment was over excessive. Even though there is no amount of length of time that a punishment should be sustained for, but I think it was excessive. So now, based on that, the Honorable Senate member, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, came out to say, everybody was celebrating. We won. I'll be returning back to the Senate on Monday. That Monday was last week, Monday, right? But there's this thing that they're supposed to release after a ruling, a CT something. I forgot the full thing. It wasn't out then, because that's what would tell the judgment. You understand? So, based on that, there was no clear judgment, no clear ruling that was recalling her back to the house.
Are we not supposed to be talking about this topic next week?
Oh, sorry. I'm just giving preambles.
You're
Preambles.
going too deep.
Now we'll keep it at that, because Senator Natasha is going to be filing an appeal. So, Stanley, if she won that case, do you appeal a case that you won?
We are talking about Nigeria. That's the country we're discussing here, where anything goes. And you and I know that the government does not obey or heed to the ruling of the court. That's why Nnamdi Kanu is still there today. That's why many people are still there.
Stanley don't understand what you're saying. Just
Hold on. I'm going somewhere now.
No.
When rules in favor of you, the guy who sits at the upper hand that controls the judiciary can overrule the decision of the court and take any action they want to take. So if she's filing an appeal to me, is saying that the judge did not really rule in favor of her. She did not make any concrete decision. But what I heard, this is what I heard now. The ruling was that it was unconstitutional for her to have been given the kind of punishment they gave to her and to be suspended with all her security details removed. And that the judge ordered that she go back to the Senate, right?
No.
With those fines.
No,
I'm telling you what I heard. Hold on now, wait, let me land. So what she was with a fine and then to apologize back to them. The last news that I heard this week that passed was she went back to the Senate, but right in front of her, and this was reported on the Nigerian dailies and news channels, that when she came back to Senate, immediately Godswill Akpabio removed her as the Senate committee leader for diaspora affairs without any reason. That was the last that I heard.
He did that one.
In Senate.
He removed
he gave it to his fellow countryman from Akwa Ibom State. So what has happened next, I do not know.
Okay. So now, that is why we're going to be talking about this next week, where we will talk about this in detail. And we will also talk about, oh my God, I don't know why we'll be talking about two Natashas next week. We'll be talking about Natasha Two-Face. We'll be talking about Two-Face, Natasha's husband.
Natasha's.
Talking about Natasha's. So next week we'll be talking about Two-Face, what he went to Nedu's new podcast and said when he said, you know, his belief about a man being married and sleeping with other women, you know, because one man thing is not meant for one woman. And he went back home, allegedly got some small slapping on the skull, like Jessica always call it. And he came back to put out another statement to counter what he said and apologized that the freeze was very, very angry. The whole social media community was not happy with Two-Face, that a whole legend would do what he did. But we're going to be talking about that next week. So in 1 minute each, what advice do you have with regards to, number one, late President Buhari's story, and number two, Mobad's story that VDM is championing right now? What advice do you have? Jacinta, take it over.
Okay, my advice for late Muhammad Buhari is should rest in peace. May God preserve.
You advise a dead man. Sorry to cut you there.
No, the family. For the family.
They should just take it easy and accept whatever has happened in good faith. And then for VDM, VDM should keep on with this, what he's doing, because he's really going somewhere with this case. So I think he needs to keep it up, because the more he's going, the more he's picking up things and open the eyes of the Nigerians to see beyond what we didn't see. But I think with the way he's going, at the end of the day, justice will be given to Mobad, and every other person that was involved will be brought to book.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Stanley?
Well, I don't know if I'll call this an advice, but all I could say with Muhammad Buhari is I wait to hear from his wife and his children, the family. I'll leave it there. And then
So if you heard what I said very well, I said, what advice do you have with regards to the story of VDM and Mobad's
He just
case and
responded.
the story of
You won't make it continue.
the whole
He
Muhammad
already
Buhari
responded.
thing?
Yeah,
like I said, okay, let me put it in the way you want to hear it. The advice that I have to give with reference to Buhari's story is let everybody wait until they hear from his wife and children, the family. I'll leave it there. With reference to VDM, you are the voice of the people from what I can see that you're doing. And with this Mobad's case, I don't have too much details about it, but I believe you're fighting for a just cause for the guy and his family. Keep it up and be safe while you do that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stanley. Simsoft.
I would say that my condolences to the family of Buhari, and prayer goes to them, because it doesn't. You're not going to blame the family for the mistake of their father or whatever. So it's a loss. It's a loss. So my condolences to the family. And then for Mobad, I'm asking that what's his name? VeryDarkMan to keep the case open, And lastly, I want to say to the Nigerians, don't waste your money to go and be looking for visa at this time. This is not the time for visa movement, because it's very costly. And if you still insist to still want to travel with coming through Nigeria, you know how you are Nigerian. You can just go to Ghana and have a Ghana passport.
Die. Well done, Daddy.
My advice, let me start from myself. Last one. Disregard our last advice. You just go to Ghana and go have a Ghana passport. What's the difference?
Ghana, they didn't ban Ghana.
But really though,
they didn't ban Ghana.
On a different side, I think this is actually the right time for anybody applying for the US visa to double down and get it if you have the money to. Reason why is because it's an opportunity, because just like Samsov said, you're going to have a lot of people running away from that process right now. A lot of people running away from that process, hoping for a change. But the most important thing is, once you get that single entry, say next time where you want to renew them, even if they bring back the 5 years, 2 years, your name will be on that list already. That's my own opinion. But my advice that I have in regards to the case of the late President Muhammad Buhari, may so rest in peace. What I want to say is this: everybody should understand that power is transient, right? Power does not stay in one place. Same as life, right? You might be in position of leadership right now. What are you doing to carve your name on the stone of life, on the stone where people would remember you for good and not for the bad that you've done? There are some people right now under me right now that are remembering the late president as a bad person. There are people who are supporting them.
She's trying to run away.
People who are supporting them. Yes, on top of some sort beside me. We're not pointing fingers, we're not mentioning names, but it's important, very, very important, that you understand that what will people say after you're gone? What will people say after you're gone? That should keep ringing in your head. And for this whole Mobad thing, I want to say yes, VDM, good job. I think I already know where this is going. I know where this is going. It's going to end up with one person behind bars. And for those of you that are following the story, you already know who that might be. I'm sure Jacinta already has a clue of what I'm saying.
Okay.
Are you trying to wink?
Just thinking.
Okay. She was trying to wink, but her eye got stuck.
Okay.
And again, very important. Let's not forget this. Mental illness is real as the sun that you see from morning till evening.
Mr. Med, no verse.
based on what we were saying, or what the testimonies Mobad wife was saying on the recording VDM shared, she said things where Mobad was actively psychotic, where he was hearing voices and seeing things, where he was able to say, this person want to buy him, his life is not safe, this and that. Please, if you have a loved one who you know is going through some things mentally, please refer them to professionals. Don't just take them to church or to Babalawo. Refer them to professionals so they can
also advise them to stop smoking that thing.
Also advise them to stop smoking that thing. I don't know the things I'm softly referring to. If they are smoking anything or taking any illicit substance,
yes,
it's very important that we take care of ourselves. Very, very important. Okay. So next week we're going to be talking about. Go ahead, Stanley.
Well, I was going to say that if you have the testimony of Mobad's wife should not be taken solely as is, because that's her own story. Mobad is not here to tell what.
No, someone else told VDM the same thing.
At this point, it's hard to really believe anybody right now, because there are many sides to the story. The father has his own.
There's evidence.
The father has his own. The wife has his friends.
It was actually ongoing to the point that he was almost being flown out to the UK at some point.
If a man is telling you that somebody is after him, I think you need to pay attention to who that person is, and not just assume to psychotic episodes or issues. He could be telling the truth about what is going on around him. True. I agree with your point that if you have anybody who's going through anything, you think that is psychotic, to help them. But sometimes when people speak and they know that they are overpowered, it's good to pay attention to what they're saying and not just push them to the side, thinking that they are psychotic. Pay attention to everything. That's what I'm trying to say, pretty much.
Okay. Yes. Thank you very much for that. That's a good add-on, but where you clearly, like Stanley said, yeah, let's do that. And we'll see next week where we will talk about the two Natashas. And have a great week, everybody. It was nice having you on the show, Mr. Stanley. Thank you so much. Jacinta, as always, you know what it is. You know how it is.
She went and quoted scriptures on top of her.
Went and quote scriptures for us.
Well done.
Well done. You tried. Samsoft, can we have a scripture ready for our next week?
Oh, wow. You trust me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And from me, it's thank you very much. Have a lovely week, everybody. We will see you same station, same place next week. God bless you.
What's popping, beautiful and handsome people?
It's your boy, Matt.
I want to introduce a show to you called